The Invest with Sono podcast, episode number 2.
Dos.
Our dearly beloved guests, would you introduce yourselves? I realize you only have one mic, but just pass it along.
Hi everybody, my name is Dylan. I am
Hi,
a
Dylan.
recent college graduate as of today. I have taken my last final.
Oh.
Well, you walked a few
I have walked
a month ago.
but yeah, I have just taken my last final as a sociology major.
Also, you can look at me. You don't have to.
Oh,
look at the
sorry.
camera. It's
And
okay.
aspiring entrepreneur.
Aspiring. I like it.
That's good. Hello,
Okay.
I am Katrina. I just graduated from nursing school and
Nice.
I'm going to be a nurse in September.
Are you employed?
I am employed. Yay!
Where are you employed? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, I'm going to be working at Loma Linda University as
Nice.
a oncology nurse, and so I'll be
It's
working.
cancer department?
Yeah,
Oncology is cancer, right?
So I'll be working with cancer patients.
Nice. Oh wait, let's do it. I forgot. We gotta do a cheers.
Oh,
To Invest with Sono. Let's go. Episode 2.
Yes, with SONO.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I use it as like my intro screen. Okay.
Oh, I forgot there's no sugar in it.
Sorry, there's no sugar. Oh, and we have our sponsored, not so sponsored. What is this?
Artisanal
Artisanal
goods.
goods from Pasadena. So
Yeah.
Artisanal Goods. If you're looking to sponsor a podcast with one viewer, no, I have excuse me, 10. I have 10 subscribers on YouTube. I'm very proud of that. I don't even know what
it's
to
channel.
exactly. See, so once we launch, I'm hoping for at least 12, 13.
12.
You know, like 11, 12.
We're like
all, the
11,
all the podcast guests, like 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. All right. So, can I dig in? Can I
Yeah,
have
go
a
ahead.
thing? Okay. So again, we'll keep it really simple in terms of like introduction and stuff. Can you give me a roadmap? We're here to talk about real estate, helping you guys get started in investing in real estate. My big thing is that buying your first house that you live in is like the very first step to investing in real estate. And then just hoping to have some fun and hopefully educational content, but just like good conversation around what that looks like for you guys, any advice and input that I can give, and then how to move forward, I guess, with like a solid game plan. So that's my goal, that's my heart. Just want to see you guys like get set up for the future and all that. So I know you said you're a nursing, I was a nursing student. You're a nurse. So you were officially a nurse. When do you start? And then can we talk about like salary expectations for nurses and I don't know, career path and some of that big stuff?
Yeah, so I'll be starting September 15th. So the first like month of my residency program.
Wait. Can you bring the mic so much?
Oh,
ASMR. Oh gosh.
It's an ASMR channel now.
Oh man, but yeah, I'll be starting September 15th.
So amazing.
And so.
Sorry, I'm not listening at all. What? September what?
Oh, I'll be starting on September 15th.
Give me a
Wait, you should sip the.
Bro, it's not gonna sound good.
Anyways, I'll be starting the new job at September 15th. But the
Nice.
first month is like a month of like being in a classroom setting and just getting trained on that. So after that first
That
month,
starts in September or
yeah, it
before
starts
the
in September. So
Okay.
I'll be in like a classroom setting for the first month, and then after that first month, I'll start working like 3 12-hour shifts. And so then it's like a 1-year program, and so then and I'll be working nights too. And so
I do not envy nurses. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you for supporting the rest of society in the medical field. I
Thank
appreciate
you for
you.
being awake when everyone else is asleep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
Are they all night? They're all night shifts. 3 12-hour shifts.
I don't know about the
Typically at
beginning. I might do days in the first part just to get the feel of like what are the expectations on the
Right.
unit, but then it'll officially transition to nights. And so yeah, that.
Well, we've talked about this. You said like nighttime is a good learning opportunity.
Yeah, it's a really
like
good learning
environment.
opportunity because it's slower. It's only primarily the nursing team, and so you really do get a sense of like independence in a way of you get to really get into the flow.
Oh,
of,
so the
like,
doctors aren't there at night typically?
you only have the on-call doctor, so only when something is wrong. Or
Like an
when
emergency, then
yeah.
the on-call doctor comes in.
Yeah, or if you need something
Otherwise-
specific. Otherwise, it's just like the nurses and the nursing assistants that are on the floor. So no PTs, no OTs, nobody.
I don't know what any of that means. Wait. OT is
what?
occupational therapist.
Yes.
PT.
Physical
Phys-
therapy.
Alright, physical therapy.
But yeah, I think the expected salary for most new grads in California is probably like at least
Just under 6 figures.
a
80?
little bit. Like I think the range
85?
probably could be about like before tax like 85 to 90ish, depending
Okay.
on where you work.
Nice.
Yes.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
good money.
Pretty good.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Mr. Dylan, would you care to share your how you're coming on into the workforce? Wait, what did you study? Can you share with everybody what did you study? And where?
Studied sociology.
Sociology. I
at
like it.
The
Hey,
university.
say that with pride.
Yeah. What the?
Yeah, I studied
What
sociology.
if we got some sociology viewers in here?
know.
You gotta encourage them.
Maybe
I
there's
will
like
be
1 out of those
praying
10 subscribers.
for you.
I'll be praying for you. That's crazy.
No, I'm kidding. Or half
He
kidding.
will not pray for you. Rude. Okay.
Yeah.
Sociology from where?
UCLA.
UCLA. UCLA.
Yeah, I was originally a business econ major.
So was I until I didn't get into the program because my GPA was too low.
I didn't get in because I missed the deadline.
I forgot. That's why you didn't.
Yeah.
That's why you switched.
Yeah, basically.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I have graduated, and
Look at today.
yeah,
What a good day to come in.
workforce wise, I am not gonna get a job,
Okay.
which may be surprising to some people.
Not a
But-
W-2 job, like not
Yes.
a salaried position or
Yeah.
something.
So
Okay, what do you plan to
currently,
do in the future? Near future.
I'm building a business which is yet to be disclosed,
Nice.
but yeah, that's just the plan for now. Hopefully, working to build that and then scale it, and then I wanna to mention the little bypass, the medical,
Medical bypass.
yeah, for W2.
Oh yes. Yes, well definitely that's like one of the big things I want to
Okay.
talk about. That the fact that nursing students or people in the medical field can bypass a lot of the requirements
Yes.
or required experience.
Yeah,
I mean, you're not a nurse, so it's not like you
I
can
am
do it.
not.
So basically, the running joke for our viewers here is that this is the sugar mama right here. The more refined
Glucose
way
mother.
is a glucose mother.
Glucose mother.
This, in fact, is a glucose mother.
Yes.
They're a couple, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Which
Oh, yeah,
if
we're
that
not
is-
siblings.
if that- yeah, siblings or dating. Yes. So in fact, actually, I think this is for most, for like a lot of couples, it tends to be the opposite. You know, it's like when you get older in life, right? Like stay-at-home mom with like a working husband or whatever. But there's a lot of dynamics where you get like one person in the couple making a lot of money, at least on paper, and then like what's the strategy and what do you do as a couple, like for the both of you together, and there's like different approaches and things.
Yeah.
One being the whole medical field kind of not bypass, what would I call it? Hack, shortcut, strategy. Hack sounds illegal, so
Yeah.
strategy. It's legal. It's 100% legal.
Yeah.
We pay our taxes.
Yes, everything here is 100% legal.
Right?
What? Yeah.
Right? Somebody eat a pan au chocolat croissant. No,
You got it, bro.
what?
You can
You
go.
got a crunch on the mic. Okay, so let me ask you this while you grab your. Well, don't grab the one I bit. Grab this one.
you bit it.
I bit this one.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna eat that one.
What does the timeline look like if I were to ask you today? What does the timeline look like to buy a house? What does, I mean, given like, now that you have a job, the fact that he's still going to be fun employed because he's starting his business. I think the big thing that comes into play here is like, so that everybody understands, is that banks and lenders, for the purpose of buying a house and qualifying you for a mortgage, they will love you and they will hate you. Sorry to say it. They hate me too, so don't worry about it. So you're not alone. They basically do not like entrepreneurs, anybody who owns their own business, anybody with unstable sources of income where it can fluctuate going up and down. They're like super scared of that.
Yeah.
And nurses, who are like, you know, the bedrock of the medical community, it's like we
Most
literally,
trusted profession.
right? Like we literally can never run out of, or like there's never no demand for nurses. There's always going to be a need for you guys and for your field. So they will absolutely love you, and we'll talk about that in a bit.
Yes.
But considering those things and like the two different things, what does that timeline and strategy and everything look like for you guys?
I think ideally to get like a first home, hopefully by like, well, I'm 22 right now, right?
Yeah, me
and
too.
so 10 years ago.
Dang.
Anyways.
She's not wrong. It was insulting, but insultingly accurate. I'm turning 32 in a few months.
But
Okay.
I think hopefully the goal will be to be as like realistic and as generous as possible within like the span of like 2 to 3 years, hopefully.
Okay.
But like having, and this is just like based off of like my own, like independently, hopefully. Like not including whatever he will do within the next 2 to 3 years.
So you don't even count him, like he just doesn't count
I'm like just considering myself
by
like,
yourself.
if I wanted to get a house by myself, like hopefully within the span of like 2 to 3 years, and if I
Nice.
save pretty extremely over the next 2 to 3 years, because thankfully I don't have debt to begin with. And
That's
so,
one of my big questions I want to ask you.
Yeah, I don't have
So no student loans,
no student loans at
credit
all.
card,
No, nothing.
car payment,
No,
nothing.
no. So
Amazing.
I'm
Thank God
using-
for family and your
Yeah.
parents. God bless them. Incredible.
'Cause I'll be living at home, so there's no rent with that, and
Bruh,
also
this is great.
Just and food is provided too.
for the I try
Do your parents charge you any kind of rent, or like are you contributing it? Do you have to contribute anything towards
No.
any kind of bills? So you're
Thank-
literally like you just chill
Yeah.
there,
I'm like just
chilling.
I'm not. It's like if I were living there when I was in high school, and
Dang.
so
That is a big blessing.
yeah, it
That
is
is huge.
And so the only thing like that would be my own expenses is like gas or like paying for my own like literally anything else that's just not like rent or bills like that. And so another thing is that I don't have a car payment, so I not inherited, but like a family member used to have this car. She can't drive it anymore, so she gave it to our family, and so I'm driving
So
like
kind of inherited a car
kind of, yeah,
from a
like
family member.
except she's still alive, so like
You don't have to be dead to give you something. Goodness, why do you have to bring that up like you're dead? Right?
But anyways, like it's just like I think it's like a 2005, 2006 like Toyota Camry, and when I got it, it had like 50,000 miles on it.
That's really good.
So it's like
Wait, for the age, that's incredibly
Yeah.
50,000?
like she barely
For
drove
a 2005, you probably got it, what, 5 years ago? In the
it.
last
No, I
5
got
years?
it maybe 2 years ago or 1 year ago.
Bro, so it has more than 20 years on it
Yeah.
and only
Yeah.
50,000 miles. That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you at a, like, what, 100 something now?
I think I'm like 70 something.
No, wait, you're not even 100,000
No,
miles?
not even.
That's
So
crazy.
This car is
That-
gonna last for a while.
That thing will go to like 300. Camrys and Nokia phones, you know, they're like,
Nokia phones.
they will outlast like the atomic age, whatever. It's crazy. Okay,
But so that's why I'm saying 2 to 3 years, just because.
you can save like every last penny
Yeah,
that you make.
like I don't have to drop what like 20,000, 30,000 on like rent or
Yeah.
like bills or anything like that. So
Yep.
whatever I make after taxes is just like I'm essentially like putting majority of it in like high yield savings, and then like essentially just paying for whatever food I buy or whatnot. So yeah, pretty good.
Nice. That's incredibly good.
Mhm.
How do you? What do you do?
Hello.
How would you like to contribute?
He'll wash the car. He will wash the
I'll cook
2005 Camry.
the food, the dishes, dinner ready every day.
Bro, she don't need that. She's at her parents' house. The analogy that Karis and I were using was the monkey live in parents' tree. Monkey live in very
Oh,
nice
gosh.
tree. Monkey doesn't need to like find a new tree. She's like, this tree is good.
Monkey tree is stable.
Monkey parent tree is very stable indeed. What what do you do?
I'm here.
Sir? What is your
Emotional
role?
support.
My contribution is my presence and
My prayers and
my prayers.
yes.
Actually,
Lord.
though.
Huh? What?
No, like actually, your prayers.
Yes, you should be praying.
Oh yeah. But on a very practical note, well, you heard she said what did she say, 2 to 3 years, right? On your own timeline. But I bring good news. I do not have debt either.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord. Can you imagine? He makes no income but gives you like $500. Like, no, drop him.
$200,000 for sociology.
He's dead weight. Drop him.
But yeah, I have no.
Wait, so that's the thing. Okay, I don't know if people realize. I don't know if you guys know if and when you get married. When people get married, like when you jointly file taxes, whatever you have, like it becomes one. So if you have assets and you guys like join everything when you're married, everything becomes one.
Yeah.
Unless you sign like prenuptial agreements and all this other stuff, whatever, and all that stuff. But basically, everything kind of merges. And same thing goes with debt. If you've got debt and you jointly file your taxes, or vice versa, either of you have debt, now you both have debt. And then if you qualify together for a mortgage, they will look at. So like if he made no income and came with like 200 grand worth of sociology debt, I don't know who's spending that kind of money for sociology, undergrad sociology. But if he came in with that kind of debt, I guess you could actually, huh? UCLA, 50 a year.
It's not 50 years.
Is it not? 40
I
something?
think it's
For
less.
California residents, it's
40.
much less.
Like,
It was like 30 something back in the day.
Really?
I think
it's
so.
less.
Maybe 30 was out of California, huh?
Yeah.
Anyways, whatever. If you come in with 200,000 worth of debt, that just weighs you down, and he would add nothing to the equation
Just
other
make it
than
harder.
like he just makes it more difficult. So like your income is like, oh, it's good, and you can qualify for this much minus the 200K, and it's like, oh, what do you add? Nothing. It's just negative. So anyways, thank God you're not in that position. That's good.
Yeah, other good news. Well, I do have money saved up from
Yes.
past business ventures and like side hustles and whatever. Like if you know me, I've been reselling stuff since like
Taylor Swift.
15 years old.
15.
Yes, shout out Taylor Swift.
Taylor's not even a rich man. Thank you, Taylor.
But yeah, I would hope and I pray that the timeline is sooner than 2 to 3 years with combined efforts of money plus.
So
the-
he's
the-
basically saying
the-
like,
the
so
house.
if you work really hard, we can do this in less than 2 years.
No, yeah, wait, because what I was gonna say, he has more money like saved up than I do. So
Okay.
currently, like on a current state, he has way more to offer than I do. But within the next like year or two, depending, like say nothing changes, like then I will finally be contributing something bigger than what I currently have right now.
So here's the thing: you both contribute to this scenario, and I mean, thankfully, yeah, he's like had all these side hustles and different things. I think I mean, they're more than side hustles. Like you're making good money for a teenager, right? You're making definitely good money selling and reselling all this stuff, whatever. But this is like the whole dynamic that I wanted to talk about. Is actually you guys make up like a really good duo where a lot of people can do this. So you take care of the DTI calculation. Do you know what DTI is?
Yes,
Remember?
to income.
Debt to income, home buying 101. I had to explain all of this to Karis because she
Good
did not
income.
attend. I was just like bagging on her throughout the whole thing. I was like, well, let me explain this because you didn't go to home buying one.
Could have saved like 30 minutes if she came.
Yeah, we're gonna like cut that time in half. So your debt to income calculation is basically her salary. I was gonna
That's
say
it. It's just
is her salary.
0 plus.
So let's make this easy. If let's say you said like 90 might be something average, yeah. If we said 90, let's call it 96. Might be on the higher end, right? But maybe doable. Somebody could make 96 as a nurse. So 96 you divide it by 12, which is
Wow.
8,000. 8,000 a month. And you're 8,000 a month. And if you make 8,000 a month, basically the DTI calculation, it's like the easy calculation to do is just half. If you do half of that, your income at 96,000, or again, it would be combined if there were multiple sources. But in this case, 96,000 divided by 12 is 8,000 a month. You can support up to $4,000 or half of that. So you can support up to $4,000 worth of debt. Yeah, that's the DTI calculation. This is why I'm so big about like no car payments, no credit card debt, no student loans, whatever. Because 4,000, if you do the calculation, like you go to Zillow, Redfin, any of these apps, 4,000 like doesn't let you buy much. With the interest rate where it is now, you're probably buying in like the $600,000 range for the house. And then that's only the mortgage. That'll be like capped at the 4,000. If you add, people are like, oh, I got like $500, $600 car payment. And then, oh, I also have student loans and that's like $100,000 and I have to start paying $300 a month when I graduate. That adds up. So you add up, you know, let's say 500 and then let's say another 500 for student loans, 500 for car loan or whatever, car payment.
That's a lot.
Now you can only afford 3,000 of house. Because 4,000 total, so minus. Anyways, so that's what you take care of. Your goal would be to obviously maximize your income
and like look good on paper. Essentially.
Look good on paper. They take the gross number and they're like, okay, if Katrina makes 96, she can support up to 4,000 of debt. If you increase to let's say 120,000 in a year or two, great, you're making good money, over 6 figures. 120,000 divided by 12.
10.
Bro,
that was easy.
That's an easy one. Okay, 10,000. So 10,000, now you can support $5,000 worth of a mortgage, which is good. It's like, it increases. Your component is one of two. It's like, okay, the DTI is just yours is just a down payment. Where the DTI, the mortgage payment, and basically how much you pay per month on the mortgage is based on obviously how much you borrow from the bank. And the more you borrow, the more you have to pay, the higher the monthly payment is. If you can shrink that down by putting, instead of like 5 or 8% down, you put like 10, 15, 20% down, 25, 30% down. Like if you can put a lot down, then it will shrink the monthly payment, and then that's also working in your favor. So you have like it's like a good balance. You're not useless.
Yay, we're a
W
team.
duo. I'm doing something.
So I think if you come in with whatever amount of, you know, towards the down payment, you guys can set a goal. It's like, okay, if we want to buy an $800,000 house, work backwards, punch it into the calculator. If that means like $4,500 a month on the monthly payment at 20% down, then that should be your goal. It's like, okay, save up. Let's say we have half of that right now. Okay, we got to save up the other half. So you guys technically, I mean, you can just keep making a bunch of money and then save it. That's like, that should be your strategy. Your goal should be two things, like increase or like get promotions and like try to bump the salary level higher. But then also just like save every dollar possible so that you can help him doing saving for the down payment, and then you're saving for like the monthly calculation. Which I hear is like, as a nurse, it's easy to bump up, is it not?
I think it's more so easy. It's easier in the sense of like you, like aside from like getting raises and promotions and whatnot, but
can you do like overtime?
It's easy to like pick up extra shifts, do overtime, pick up a weekend.
Does that get counted as your salary, or what? How does that work? Are you W-2? 1099? No, too early. Has not started working. Has no idea.
I don't. Well, because it's all hourly like rate, so I don't like.
So you get paid by hour, technically.
Yeah, I do.
Interesting.
And so like a lot of like people will say like if you just base it off of like the hourly rate and then you just consider like all the hours that you would do in like a year, like most nurses will always make more than what is like
the expected annual salary.
Yeah, exactly. Because
so if you're posted at like 80 or 90, is it?
It's possible to
do like another 10. Is that pretty simple, or like 5, 6?
Definitely like 5, probably. Okay. But I mean,
that's good.
It's just like at the expense of like
your
sleep
life
and
social life.
Yeah.
Time with Dylan.
That's okay. You got it.
Go sugar mama. Go coast mother.
I'll drive you to work.
Yeah, but well, one of the questions I was gonna ask, because I was like, if like say like by the time like we want to get like first property and like he has like a bunch, like we both have like a bunch of money saved up for like a good down payment, like say we're not married by the time we want to like buy the house, how does that like affect, or like how does marriage like affect the whole process of like buying a house and whatnot? Because say we're not married, like how will that like affect down payment or getting approved?
So you're saying like if in the scenario that you save and make enough to do this before you're even ready to get married.
Yeah, like, or I mean, like, is there...
Praise God, that's a great scenario.
Like, what is it better to wait to get a house when you're married, or is it better to buy it before you get married?
That's a good question. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's actually any impact. I mean, other than the fact that when you get married from a tax standpoint, you want to get married because your tax brackets change, joint filing, and then this is actually really funny. Let me explain.
Wait, what?
This will be really good for you.
It'll be really good.
It was really good for me because I got married. I got married, and because I'm the sole like wage earner, or I mean, like Sharon was still working a little bit, but like part time, and it was like. I was making the overwhelming majority of like the household income, and then she stopped working, became stay-at-home mom. For me, like making my income as an individual versus being married, joint filing, and the other partner not like you're not doubling your salary, because if you double the salary, then your brackets just move up together. If like she's up here and technically you're down here, they just average it out, and basically her tax bracket goes like. So I was really glad from a tax standpoint to get married. I was like, oh my gosh, I like dropped a bracket because I was making a lot more. So like us coming together didn't like proportionately raise our incomes. So in the same way, the sugar mom, in this case, you'll be very happy from a tax standpoint. You will drop a bracket if on paper he still doesn't really make that much of an income. Which will be good. But then in terms of like buying the house, you could, in theory, I need to think about it, but I think it would make more sense for you to buy the house under your name. And he just
gives me the money.
Gives you the money. And it would just be like savings and all of that. The other way, like you can buy property without being married. And then when you do get married, you just change the ownership. It's called vesting. Vesting just means like who is the title or ownership of the property under whose name, and then there's a difference in it gets like really like legalistic stuff where every property in California is like they note whether or not you're single or married because it's a community property state. We're getting like really technical stuff, but basically. Like in the event of divorce and or settlements and things like that, how do things split in California? It's like as a community property state, when you get married, everything's shared unless you have other arrangements prior to that, and basically everything would start to split because of that. So it has to be considered. Anyways, you could own the house yourself. He just gives you money for the down payment, and it's very easy to explain to a lender like, oh, this is my fiance or my boyfriend or whatever. That's why we're sharing the accounts. And then as long as you don't make like sketchy giant cash deposits like right before you're about to close, like keep it in an account. Keep it clean and just like don't have weird transactions in there because they will look at your transaction history for any accounts that you submit. So a lender will look at that and be like, oh yeah, okay, so she's had the 20% down, you know, if it's 20% of 800,000, it's like you need to get 160 grand. So like I know it's a lot, but put all the money in there and like keep it there for, they'll usually ask for like 2 to 3 months of bank statements. So if you have like sketchy transactions where you're like, oh, deposit 40 grand all of a sudden, they're like, what is this? They will question that. So if you can have it there, it's called like seasoning the money. Keep it seasoned in the account, hold it there, and if you just have joint access, and then that's like your money that you have a right to, then you just buy it under your name. I do know people who have done that.
Well, that makes sense because I figured there's some people who like buy houses like before they get like married and whatnot. Like a lot of people like don't get married and then they just like buy it together like as a couple. But that's why I was like, oh, I don't know if there was like any sort of benefit to doing that and whatnot.
I think this is really funny because this is like literally what I did, but it was me with my wife, and then now it's your.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
Oh, how the turntables. But yeah, I think. I'm trying to remember. I think I bought our house. No, so there's a lot of things you can do. You can even put yourself on the mortgage only. and then he just gets ownership to the house.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I put myself on the mortgage because I qualified for the mortgage by myself.
Yeah.
And then I put Sharon on the house, the title of the house. And were we married? No, we weren't married yet because we bought it like a couple weeks. We closed like 2 or 3 weeks before our wedding. So we weren't technically married yet. But it was under both our names for the ownership, but the mortgage, I was the only responsible party, which in theory you could do. That doesn't really matter.
I was gonna say, what benefit?
There's no benefit. It was just like,
it's just cool.
Maybe this is private. I want my name on the house.
no, I'm saying you could both put your names.
Oh, I see.
It'd
I
just
see.
be you.
You could flex on him a little bit and be like, well, I didn't need you to pay for the mortgage, so I'm just gonna put my name on the mortgage and be like, oh, do you want to add? Like, is this your partner, your boyfriend or fiance or future husband? We're like, nah, we don't need him. Just like, he can have the house though. Like, we can put him on title.
It's a gift.
He needs a place to live. We'll put him there.
Oh my God.
And then other stuff like parents can contribute money. They can give sketchy amounts because there's a reason for it. There's something you can give, like a gift letter. You have an explanation, signed document from the parents, basically saying like, oh, this 50,000, this 20,000, 10,000, whatever, is not just some sketchy like deposit that it's like, where did you pull this money from? It's like, oh, it's from the parent. No, there's no interest. There's no like recourse. There's nothing. They don't have to pay it back. Whatever. It's just a gift. So gift letter from parents is easily explained. If it's money shared between like, future spouse, like that's obviously easily explained too. It's like 20,000 cash deposit 2 nights before you close. It's like super sketchy. Like, where did this come from? What are you selling illegally? Anyways, so don't do that. But yeah. The other thing, this is what we want to talk about. Yeah, the medical field hack, quote unquote. What do we say? Not hack. Strategy.
Tip.
Or strategy.
Strat. Yeah,
Strat. Make me sound younger.
Made strat.
The medical field hack / strategy is that they will look at your, when I talked to my friend who is a lender, he said that most lenders, and a lot of times, he's done this a number of times, it's not a hard rule, but it's an exception that he's seen play out a number of times. For people in nursing, any like PA, physician's assistant, or for anybody in the medical field in general, they will count your schooling as the 2 years required work experience. Which is crazy because technically most people, like in your position, you just graduated today. You would need 2 years of work experience, and then they can qualify your income. They will look at you, and this is why this is the true glucose mother. You just like got in the bag, like everything like wrapped up in Katrina. They will look at you and say like, oh, you've been in school for your profession. You already have 4 years of experience. We'll take the last 2 of your schooling and count it as your 2 years of work experience. If you had all of the money saved up and the income was enough to qualify for the DTI, you could literally go and buy a house today.
Yeah.
Like,
all right, let's do it.
Done. If he has the down payment and you buy within your budget of what your salary allows,
Easy.
you can get your house today. Yeah. Just
Let's
one
do
across the
it.
street.
Well,
Can be done.
that's how expensive you
Yeah,
want the
I was gonna
house.
say. Definitely not an $800,000 home.
Yeah. You'll need some time to save up for that.
Okay.
But also, the other thing, kind of going back to this, if you make any sort of income, it will help. So don't feel like
I'm trying.
it's completely useless. Like for me as a business owner, the way you can do it, I mean, there's a lot of ways, but if you take an LLC, if you can make any sort of income and then pay yourself a salary, because banks and mortgage lenders, they love salary, they love W-2. What they will do, and this is the way I set up the most recent LLC that I set up, I put it as an S Corp, and then as an S Corp, I pay myself a salary. It's not much, but it's dependable, and they like that it's stable. And so what they'll do is like they'll take your salary, but then they'll take the profitability or loss of the business and weigh it against your salary. So it's like, okay, I paid myself $30,000 this year for my like salary out of the profits of my business, but then also the business made another $5,000 after paying my salary. So it's like, okay, 30, they'll count the 30 for sure, and then they might have some other formula for how they calculate the extra 5. But then even if it's a -5, then they'll have some formula how to calculate against your 30. But they know that, okay, the 30 is like a regular thing.
I see.
What they don't like is looking at LLCs, and they're like, this was true for us. We were like buying and selling houses. We had like an incredibly good year where we were like making crazy money. The next year it dropped, where it's like, okay, we're making good money, and then like sometimes we lose money on projects, and it's like, what the heck is going on like with your business, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like for a business owner, like that's just life, you know? You just like gotta. Sometimes you make money, you gotta like stick it out, and don't blow it all because next year you may not make any money. You know, it's like
Yeah.
you just have to deal with it. But I think paying yourself a salary and or finding anything that has some kind of stability to it would help. So even if it's like if she's at 90 and you make 10, like that will boost you to push her over the 100 mark from the paper standpoint. It'll help. And then again, you just like save a bunch of money on the side too.
10 grand, that's like $1,000 a month.
All right, done.
I think like, yeah, you could do it. Like you open up a small business or like whatever you have. If you can make $1,000 a month and pay yourself a salary, then that will be like hopefully consistent enough.
Is there any event, like say, because if we're both living at home over the next like 2 years, let's say, and we're like saving for a house, because technically if it is possible for us to get it within like a year or so, like, is there any benefit of like
I like it,
rushing
ambitious, 1 year.
Like,
What's-
is there any benefit of like rushing it within like the year?
Rent it out.
Rushing it? Oh, before, and
Like,
what,
instead
you
of
guys
wait-
not moving in?
Like instead,
Yeah.
no.
Wait, what? What's your question?
Wait.
Like
Wait, I think we have different pictures.
wait, what?
Grab the mic,
My whole point with because you had said 2 to 3 years, and I believe I have some help available to offer.
Okay.
But in the case, let's say in a year or two,
Yeah.
and we're not married yet, wouldn't it be wise to get a property and then rent it out?
Okay. Was that your question? Is that what you're asking? No.
Does it help?
Just saying, is there any advantage to buying it sooner rather than later?
Well, more so my thing is like when I want, like my whole vision is like when I buy a home, I want to live in it.
I
Like,
see. Are you big on like, if I buy the house, I want to be the first and only person to live in it? I don't want anybody else like renting it out or living in it? I've heard of that before.
It's not like a huge thing. It's more so just like my goal of wanting to buy a house is just like to live in that house. And
Makes
so,
sense. I think that's fair for like most people.
yeah, and so it's like if we were to buy the house, it's like, oh, I'm moving in. And so, what's it
But do
called?
you need to?
I don't necessarily
You
need
want to.
to.
You need to.
I want
Let's
to.
say like you buy this in a year and you're not gonna get married for like another year and a half
Yeah.
after that, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would be the scenario? Let's say you have a house, you're just gonna move in by yourself?
That sounds
Yeah, that's kind of
miserable.
sad, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think a huge thing of like the appeal of like, because currently with being a person that has no bills, no like real expenses, and
Yeah.
living at home and like basically just like making money that's like going straight to the savings account, it's
Yeah.
really easy to just like lose motivation and to like bum out essentially. Like,
Bum out.
like the past week I've been waking up like past like 12. Like,
Well, you're not working
Well,
yet.
yeah, that's true.
I mean,
But,
this will solve in September, right?
Yeah,
Another month
like
or
there,
so.
yeah, I guess. But it's like even like during the school year, whenever I would go home and whatnot, like the mentality of like being in a home that you feel like you have like no like big sense of ownership over, I think can really make it easy to just like be lazy in a sense.
see.
And like
That's an interesting take. I wasn't really considering that.
yeah,
Okay.
and so that's why like I was like,
So she wants to buy a house to motivate herself. Dang. What a woman this man has found. Like,
Bro, wait.
I want to be lazy, so let me just buy a house
let me buy a whole
to
house.
motivate myself to work harder.
What about all the expenses, like your lifestyle
Yeah.
living expense? Let's say it equates to about, I don't know, give me a number, 20 to 30,000 a year, if you were to move into your house just for like lifestyle, like food, whatever.
Yeah.
Would it be worth it just to motivate yourself?
That's a lot of money for
Or-
motivation.
Or I'm thinking, what I'm thinking
he
is,
wants to rent it out.
you can rent it out and then make 20 or 30,000. Yes.
What?
Yeah, it's okay. So I get it. It's a little hard, and then it depends on the scenario too. So I know people who you can buy a house before you get married, and if it's a long enough time, if it's a year or more, you can rent it out. But the problem is like the runway is pretty short for a person to rent out the place, right? It's like, hey, like you want to sign a 1-year lease, but definitely at the 1 year, I'm gonna kick you out because I'm gonna get married and move in here. It might be harder to find a tenant who wants to live there. The other scenario would be short-term or mid-term rentals, where you would have to have the house and then furnish it, and then rent it out to people who will do 30-day minimum stays, and they'll stay for like 3 to 6 months, 3 to 5 months. But it's like an Airbnb setup with the 30-day minimum. I say midterm because most cities and all of LA, Southern California, a lot of cities in LA have really cracked down on Airbnbs, and a lot of cities don't allow it, especially in LA County.
Really?
We used to have Airbnbs in the west side in LA, and we sold all of the houses because there were like 2,000 to 3,000 Airbnb operators at the time in like 2017, 18. And when the city changed the regulation, it was by permit only, and they gave out like 150 permits for like 3,000 of us, and we were like, bro, we're not gonna get one, so we didn't even try. We were like, the chances of us getting the permit is so low. So they only gave it to a handful of operators, and the rest of us just sold the houses. So yeah, like my family, our business, like we sold I think two or three different properties that we were doing like Airbnb. But cities are okay with 30-day plus usually, because you get a different tenant profile. You get like traveling nurses come and stay a lot. You get like consultants, people who are doing like stuff at schools, universities and stuff. If you're in a good enough location, midterm rental might work. Then it's like you can approve or deny. Like, hey, I want to stay for 3 months. Okay, does it work? Because I'm gonna get married, and I gotta kick you out by a certain date. Yeah, okay. Like I'm only staying for these dates. That works. So you could do that.
I feel like that's pretty, because that's heavily dependent on location though.
Yeah,
so
it depends like, where you live.
Because I feel like LA is a really good area because there's so many like businesses, hospitals and whatnot that people are gonna travel to, like midterm or short term. But like I don't want to live in LA, so. Yeah.
So honestly, I would say the better move, because that's if you buy the house with the intent to live in that same house, and then like kick out whoever's renting it or whatever you're doing, and then live in it. If you are buying a different property, and then
I'm smiling.
There's like
I know what he's getting.
There's like a lot of strategies behind this, and it just depends on like your ambition and like risk tolerance. Because you could buy a property, and then this might be what I would do, but this is definitely the type of stuff my wife would be like, heck no, like why can't we just buy a normal house and just do that to live in it and be normal? You could buy a property, do some construction and value add. You could like fix up the existing house, build like an ADU, or build something onto the back, or do an addition or whatever. If you have more money and more time, value add, and then you have a lot of options. You can either sell it for a profit and then make more money to buy the actual house that you want to live in when you get married in another year or something. You can refinance it, get some money out, and then use that for your down payment onto the next house. And then now you're trying to do both by renting out the first one and have like 2 or 3. She's not looking happy.
The hamster is running out of juice now.
She don't understand.
My hamster is like running on the wheel, like
The hamster's like fast out.
super excited. You can refinance it, get the money out because the value is now higher, and then get some money out because you've grown the equity. But without selling it, you can like use the capital for the next house.
I agree with Sharon. I want to be
And
more.
buy the second one.
Wait, it's not that hard. It's okay.
Yeah. Or you could just straight up hold it and make enough money to buy and hold 2 houses at that point. Because
What do you mean here?
You want to talk? I know you do.
I think you have more questions.
And wait,
No.
one more piece. Okay, I'm getting way too excited. You can buy what you should do if you go down this route. In the event the glucose mother chooses, it's up to her actually. The thing is, when you buy your house for a primary residence, they will give you unbeatable terms for your down payment amount and for the interest rate. So the perspective, like the rental property we bought in West Covina here, I could only I refinance it, and with a what's called a DSCR loan, that service coverage ratio, basically like a rental property loan, and they know it's not my primary residence, they know I'm not living there.
Yeah.
They required me to put like 30-something% down.
Oh wow.
Let's call it 30 to 35% down.
Yeah.
From California, that's like a lot of money. It's a couple $100,000.
Yeah.
So it's very heavy to try and buy something like that. If you buy it as a primary residence and live in it, you can put like 5% down, 10% down. You don't need 25, 30, 35% down. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But that won't be accessible if you tell them, oh, it's a rental property. Then they'll say, okay, then I want 25%, 30% down, because it's riskier for them. They're like, you won't give up on your house, but you'll sell your investment property to protect your assets, you know? But I will protect my house as a last line of defense. So they're like, oh yeah, if it's your house and you live in it, we'll give you really good terms. And the interest rate, not only that, like the interest rate is at least like 1% higher on average. And right now it's already 6.75 to 7.125.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like 8.125. So it takes a lot more money, and you have to pay more money every month if it's a rental property. So the strategy would be like, buy it as your primary residence, live in it, rent out the other stuff, move out after a year, buy the next one with the same favorable terms, but then hold the last one because you bought it as a primary residence and your interest rate was lower than what you would do. Yeah, she's not liking this.
I get it. It's just a lot of work.
Which is like that's like the strategy. There's like a lot of strategies that you can employ. I guess this is one of the ones to like grapple onto the next property. You can do this up to like 10 houses under your personal name.
Oh, wow.
And just keep
lot.
going. Honestly, by the time you get to 10, you'll probably pay off the first one, and then you just keep adding. But you just need like a massive amount of income to support continually buying. In time, eventually.
Yeah, that's pretty hard because I'm just like, I think the mindset I have is very practical. It's like, oh, I want the house to call home and to like just like not settle, but like just like live. And the hardest part is just because like the places where I want to live at, it's probably harder to like find people who would want to rent. Yeah, like unless it was like near a university.
What area are you looking near your?
Well, because
Rancho?
you work very east.
Yeah.
That's right. It depended on where you work.
Yeah.
Linda's pretty far east. Dang, you're
probably,
gonna move to Rancho, Dylan.
No.
I was talking to my parents too about it this week. They're like, oh, so does Dylan want to move to Rancho? And I was like, yeah, no. I was like, it's not gonna work. And then my dad was like, why not? And I was like, isn't like
Rancho's
Rancho.
a good place. They have a Cava. They've got Victoria Garden.
Trader Joe's.
Is that technically Rancho?
They don't have Asian food though.
Chino Hills has Asian food now.
Yeah.
Chino Hills.
Because the thing is since I'm also doing nights at Loma Linda, since it's more east, technically I'll be hitting traffic like to get back home. Because by the time I leave the hospital, it'll be around like 7:45.
Oh, because your night shift.
Yeah, it'll be like 7:45, 8 a.m. And
Yes.
everyone at that time from the east side is going to work.
Yeah.
And so like
even though you're reverse, you basically join the traffic.
yeah, it's like if
Yeah,
I was doing
it's so late.
if I was doing days, it would have actually worked out really well because I'd just be avoiding everything.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's like the drive itself is probably like to get there around the time I would need to get there, maybe like 30 minutes or less, which isn't that bad. But yeah,
That's with traffic or without?
That's with the traffic, or yeah, that's with the. Is it?
Oh,
Yeah,
30 minutes
it
with
is.
traffic
It's
is
not bad at all.
But it's the way back that I don't know yet. It's like the going from Loma Linda to home at
What if
morning.
you move further west?
And that's the
Like
thing.
His area.
Oh, that's not
No?
happening.
Way too far?
I'm not going
6 to
that-
6? No,
unless
no?
I get a new job. Like
Okay.
I wouldn't consider.
Where would you guys want to
Mine.
live then?
I think honestly,
Ooh, tough
Wait,
question.
Because-
dream or attainable?
Attainable in the
Attainable.
next couple of years.
I feel like the
First house.
the middle ground is probably like
Wait,
what
Walnuts.
what are you gonna say?
I was gonna say like Diamond Bar.
Yeah. Diamond Bar.
Whoa,
They got some Asian food here.
Because like like
Come join us.
That's literally like the actual like middle ground because he wants like China essentially. Like he wants
Bro,
San Gabriel.
China.
And like
China's crazy. China.
and like I'm a very
Come on.
practical person where it's like I want to live near like a Trader Joe's or like I want to live like have access to
white
like
people stores.
yeah like I want to have access to like
my wife.
good food but like also not have to like drive like 30 plus minutes to like go to church. I think that was like that's like a huge thing.
Diamond Bar only 15 minutes from church.
Yeah.
Praise
and
the
so,
Lord.
But the hardest part would just be about like work stuff, and so like by the time that like we would like get a house and move out, I would consider like finding a new job that's closer to the area. But that
Wow,
is
everybody's
living on the
coming
road.
here. I'm so happy.
Okay.
Well, that's thank you, Lord.
But my dream would be to live in Rancho Cucamonga, California.
Rancho Cucamonga.
Yeah. I love Rancho Cucamonga because it's like you also have to consider. I mean, Diamond Bar is like a good area to like raise a family and whatnot.
It is.
Because it's like
One of
when,
those school
when we
districts
get
is
that first
unbeatable.
house, like it's probably gonna be the place we live for a while until we are able to like pay it off and like get a new house. But then
Whoa.
Wait.
That's a home buying 201 thing we could talk about.
oh
No, don't pay off the
Yeah.
house.
oh no don't
Don't do it.
Oh.
No. Oh, okay. Let's pause here real quick. I'm a very big proponent. Do not pay off your house early. People
early though.
Like people again, but like it's a 30-year mortgage, so
Yeah.
people are like, oh, I'm gonna pay off my house and have no blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Like, bro, don't do it because you don't feel it now, but your mortgage is essentially going to be the lowest borrowing cost of a massive amount of money that you will ever get in your life. For most people, unless you're like some business mogul and they give you a line of credit, blah blah blah, which that could very well be the case. But for most people, the average American, it's like nobody's gonna give you 500 grand to borrow and give it to you at 3%.
yeah
Granted, that's not the case right now. It's at like 6 or 7%. But if you go out and get a business loan, everything is on top. Everything is higher. So right now the borrowing cost is like 8-9%, and a mortgage is like 6 or 7%. If I go out and take a business loan, a HELOC, or anything else, any other type of loan, it's in the 8s or 9s. So comparatively speaking, it is the lowest borrowing cost. And for me, it's like, why would you pay off all of this money early when you could be using that and like using the capital to either buy another property, invest in another business, or like go out and do other things. To me, if you're paying your mortgage off early,
it's a
You've been-
lost opportunity.
it's a lost opportunity. It's safe and it's dependable and it's good. I know people when they're like 50s, 60s, like, oh, we bought the house when we're young, when we got married in our 20s and 30s, and then now we paid it off, we have no expenses. That feels really good, but you could have done a lot more, is my thing. It's like all of that money, think of like how much equity is sitting in your house, especially in California. Like at that point, most like boomers who have paid off houses, you're sitting on like $1 to $2 million stuck in your house. And it's just all this money you've dumped over the years, literally sitting in this giant liability that you're just living in. It's an asset and a liability at the same time, where it's like,
Once you fully paid it off.
well, it's an asset in the sense that if you sell it, you make money. But like you
Yeah.
gotta live somewhere. Like you're not gonna
Yeah.
sell it. Like okay, it's worth like even if you had a $20 million house, you're not gonna get or realize the gains. You don't get the 20 million unless you move out of there and sell it.
Yeah.
So it's like a dormant asset. And in the meantime, while you're living there, you're paying utilities. You're living there, like you're paying for your Wi-Fi, your internet, your gas, water, all this stuff. May not be as much without the mortgage, but it's still a negative. And it's like a dormant asset that you're not utilizing. So I'm like, tap the $20 million. Okay, nobody has a $20 million house. Well, not first time home buyers. But like in California, that could easily be like 1 to 2 million, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, why have the money sitting there? You could go out and do a lot of other things.
Excuse me.
That's like a big pet peeve of mine, but we can
I
talk
see.
about that at a later time.
Well, that's good to know.
At 22, you're not thinking about paying your house off.
Oh,
right?
well,
So
definitely not. There's no way I'm paying that off within
maybe
a few years.
let's talk in like 10 years. You know? Like, don't do it.
But yeah, a huge thing is just like location, because it's like once you get that house, you're committing for like a very long time.
I'd say like at least 5. I prepare for like 5 to 10 years. Even if you think it's your first house and you'll move again. Like us, we bought this house 7 years ago now. Like,
Oh wow.
now we're thinking like, all right, having a third kid, it's like, okay, we're kind of pushing the limits of how much this house can handle or how comfortably we want to live in this house.
Yeah.
Like, all right, but it's been 7 years, like, yeah, maybe 10 at the end of it. It's like we move out another 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Could be a possibility.
I feel like that's like the hard part of like like say we were to get a house within like a year or so, like so much can like change over the
Yeah.
next few years with like work or like I don't know, literally anything. And so that's why I feel like it's hard to, in my head, to envision like buying a house within like a year or so, because then it's like I don't know where I'm gonna work, I don't know where I can find a job afterwards that's like more west.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to, and I don't want to commute like over like 45, 50 minutes. Like that's just like a
Yeah.
pain. And so I think that's like the hardest part right now is like figuring out, because we're like so young too. It's like 22, 21 years old. Like
Yeah.
a lot of things can happen over the next few years that like to then commit and settle down in like one like city is like, okay,
Yeah.
everything then has to be revolving around like where we're located. And so I think that's like a huge factor in like this whole process is like finding out and figuring out like where is it that we want to be looking at, I guess. So yeah.
The other curveball to throw in there, sorry, I know you're talking about like all these
Mhm.
decision making, big decisions to make. The other curveball that gets thrown in there is that it will get harder to buy
Over time.
Yeah.
over time.
Yeah.
That's the other thing of like, if you can do it now or sooner rather than later,
Mm-hmm.
it's only gonna get harder.
Mm.
If you look at the statistics and numbers, especially in an appreciating market like California,
Mm-hmm.
it does not get any easier.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the numbers, like when my parents first bought their first house in Diamond Bar, I think we talked about this on Y1 on. It was like 180,000 or something.
Crazy. That's a down payment.
But it is a
Yeah.
down payment. But the median salary was also like
Really low.
27,000.
Yeah.
But the multiple of like how many times of the salary keeps increasing. So it's like, oh, the salary was lower, the housing prices were lower, and the salaries were lower. But the prices keep climbing,
Yeah.
and the like wage growth is only so strong.
Yeah.
So it's disproportionate. Like the
Yeah.
asset
Yeah.
keeps climbing in value
Mhm.
faster than the wages keep up.
Yeah.
So even though it was like, okay, 200,000, 180,000 back then, now it's like $1.5 million, 1.6, the same exact house. It's like a 10x multiple. Yeah, it just, and given the interest rate environment and everything, interest rates are high now. When they drop, and they will in a year or two, they'll definitely be lower than they are now.
Mm-hmm.
The Fed Reserve just had a meeting yesterday, and they're like considering lowering it.
Mm-hmm.
If it lowers in a year, a bunch of people have been waiting the last 2 years
Yeah.
to buy into the market. I'd much rather be buying today when interest rates are too high and you can refinance in 2 years when it's lower,
Mm-hmm.
versus coming in with absolutely everybody else all in this like
Like
frenzy.
jumping in.
Yeah.
And then like everything gets bid up by like 80 grand, 100 grand over the listing price. Like that's not fun to buy in. We saw that in like 2020, 2021. It was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, I'm biased. I'm always like, if you can buy now,
Mm-hmm.
you can always sell it and or do shift other strategies.
Mm-hmm.
But that's your life decision to make. There's you can have that conversation, and you buy like what you're comfortable with, like
Yeah.
as a future household and family and all that stuff.
Mhm.
Like you buy what fits the need for you guys.
Because like all that money is just like going to that house essentially. Because like say like we want to get married later on, then that's like another like huge chunk of money that
Yeah.
like, will have to be saved up for. It's like we had a conversation a while, like maybe a few years ago. It's like what's first, the house or like the wedding?
Yeah.
It's like
Like the down payment, all the money towards the down
Yeah,
payment versus
versus
all
a wedding.
money towards the wedding.
it's like,
Yeah.
and if like say we wanted to like do all of it around the same time, like oh my gosh, that's hard.
Elope.
That's an option too.
No.
If we're really on a budget.
Denied.
But yeah.
Yeah, we had our wedding. Yeah, we had our double wedding actually. We had 2 wedding
Oh yeah.
thingies.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Like 2 weeks after we closed on our house, so it was all like massive amount of money. So
Yeah.
work hard these next
All
24
those
months.
extra shifts
Yeah.
and all the Taylor Swift tickets. She needs to go back on comp.
Taylor needs to start another
Please,
tour.
Taylor.
Please, Taylor. All right. Any other questions or other things I can help answer?
I've asked more questions.
I don't really have questions. Maybe if we're talking about like investment properties, are there any big things that we should stay away from like early on? For example, like I don't know, like sometimes we'll just randomly look at like random properties,
Yeah.
and then we'll see like I don't know, properties cheap, maybe like 600, and then we scroll
What
down
kind
on
of
the
what kind
HOA.
of property? Yeah, what kind of property?
Sorry.
No, it's like
Wait,
a
so
condo.
like for
A
some
condo.
context, I was looking at jobs in Irvine.
Okay.
Like less than a
An
month ago.
Irvine condo. In Irvine, it's like half a bedroom, like one
Yeah,
bedroom.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so then I was
Irvine's
like,
expensive.
I was looking at like, cause I just like applied for a job there, and I was like, at the time I didn't have any like interviews, job offers, or anything, and I was like,
Okay.
oh, what is it? Like, I'm not commuting like over an hour just
Okay,
to like go
so
to
like,
work.
what if I moved
And so I was
there?
like, what if I moved around the area where I would have to work? And I was
Mm-hmm.
looking at like areas like Santa Ana and like Fullerton and whatnot, and I think he was like freaking out because I like sent him all these like properties. I was like, bro, it's so cheap. Like, why is it so cheap? And then he would like, I had to look around the area. I was like, it's because it's a ghetto.
Oh, wait, it was either ghetto or you scroll down and you see HOA fees are like
Yeah.
absurdly
Really high.
expensive, like hundreds a month.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of HOA. So for condos and townhouses as rental properties in Southern California, it's not really going to make sense. The HOA is going to eat you alive.
Yeah.
Like 400 plus a month
Mhm.
is pretty standard. Irvine, especially, like a lot of amenities, Irvine Company,
Mm-hmm.
it's nice. You get like brand new pickleball courts. You get like, you know,
Gym,
Whole Foods, gym,
pool.
pool, like all the stuff, like even like in the surrounding area, it's just nice. Like
Yeah.
a lot of amenities in a good area in Irvine, you pay
Yeah.
the price.
Mm.
And it's also just expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like okay, if you're looking at rental, if you're looking strictly for a rental property, the like formula or calculation to use is your rent to price ratio. So take your monthly rent, divide it by the total price of the whole unit, and then if that is 1% or greater, that's like a good rental to have. In California, you will almost never hit 1%. If it's like 0.5% or north of 0.5%, that's pretty good for Southern California because the prices are so dang high
Yeah.
Yeah.
that the denominator is just too huge to make
Yeah.
it a 1.
Mm.
But if you're at like 0.1%, it's like, that's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I feel like it's really hard to like find, cause like even when I was looking around, like unless the houses are like either really old or they are like in a less populated area, like Rancho or the more east you go, like HOA fees otherwise are like just really high, especially for a lot of
Yeah.
new properties. So I'm
Just
just like, I
avoid
don't even
HOAs.
know like how to like look for like a house that like avoids it, because like almost everything I've seen that's like been on the market is like there's at least like $200 like going to that HOA fee, and like
Wait,
What kind of houses are you living
Wait,
in?
not
sorry.
houses.
These are condos.
like some
townhouses.
houses that I've been looking
Oh,
at.
I don't know.
It depends. If it's a newer build and
Yeah,
it's
a lot
like
of them are newer builds.
Okay, so again,
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Like
The communities.
like
yeah, like a community
Like a
with nice
gated
amenities, gated community, it's got a
or like
pool
whatever.
and all that stuff. Those don't make sense as rentals, in my opinion. Again, I'm biased. This is like what we do for a living. We do like, you know, development, construction, all that stuff.
Mm.
So for me, I would rather buy an older house in a community that doesn't have an HOA, does not have those amenities. I'm always looking like what value play can I add here? Like what value can I add to the property? I'd rather have like West Covina, something around here where they're old, built in like the 50s and
Yeah.
60s, buy a big lot and have something that has space to like add another unit. If I can buy one house at like, you know, 700, 800,000 and then spend 150, 175 on a loan, like you can borrow for these things, construction loans and whatnot. If you can add value, like the value you get, again, the rent to price ratio, if I can rent to 2 families now instead of 1, but I only spent 800,000 for the first door, and then I add 200,000, now it's $1 million, but $1 million at 2 doors becomes an average cost of 500 each. Whereas if I buy a single family house, it was 800 each. You get like the profitability, so the rent to price gets a lot more favorable as you add more units or doors, as people will call it, more doors on the physical property. And you can get like really creative about like, okay, you can rent like each room, you know, like if you've got master suites, add a bathroom in a certain one, then you can rent out per room, and then you can make more, squeeze out more money there, and then you can do like add an ADU or like do an addition, master suite addition, blah, 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 whatever. So the more families you can get into a property, the more money that you can make. So if you can get like a duplex and then add an ADU and get 3, sorry, I'm getting too excited. Hamster the wheel. And then you just sell that thing or refinance or whatever, like that wouldn't be the house that you live in,
Yeah.
That's just like how do we make money on an investment because we can do it now
Mhm.
and we're not getting married for another 1.5 2 years. Then do that,
Mhm.
and then there's some value at play there. But that's my take. Again, I'm biased because this is what we do, and it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
I think.
It's like you were just explaining all this. I was like, this seems pretty hard.
Come,
like on top of a job too.
We'll talk. Come partner with us. You know, we'll do the construction for you. I don't know, something like.
Oh, man.
To me, it's like it's just like the wasted opportunity. You know, if you just like buy the house and let it sit there and don't really do much with it, you do that. But at the end of the day, you do what's right for you. My kids banging around in the ceiling. You do what's right for you, for your future marriage and future family and all these things. Any other questions?
Not for me, no.
No?
I think that's it.
I hope, was this helpful?
Yes.
I hope it was educational, less monkey and banana talk.
Yes.
But good. I think we got some good points across. Thank you for joining.
Yes,
I appreciate it.
thank
Thanks
you.
for the bread. We'll see you.
Thank you for having us.
I'll bring you back maybe when you actually buy the house. You know, when you're getting ready to
Or
buy
when
the house.
we're about to when we're like really like
Getting
seriously like
serious.
searching.
Or like pull up the actual
Or
deals.
like once I have money.
Yeah, returning guests. Thank you for joining. Thanks everybody.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.